So again, I have my cooked chickpeas. I'm going to put them in a food processor. That's 2 cups of chickpeas. I'm going to put the processor on and just let that go. Okay, let's see what we got. Looks good. So now I'm going to take that out and just put it here in a bowl. This is a really inexpensive way to make something that's really healthy and delicious because, you know, as I say, chickpeas are loaded with protein. So I'm going to put this back on here because I'm going to use this again. So there are our chickpeas all mashed up. And now we have to add the vegetables. So here we have carrot and zucchini, garlic, and that's leeks already cut up. So all I'm going to do here is do a coarse chop because this is all going to go right into the food processor. To have that, you want to put a little bit of olive oil into a saute pan. So here's mine. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. That means olive oil coming from the first pressing with only 1% acidity. And you take those vegetables that you have in there and you add them right to the oil. So we're going to cook this down until it's soft. So in that goes. It's a very beautiful combination. You could use other vegetables for this as well. You don't want to use zucchini, you could use yellow squash, you could use green peppers, whatever you'd like. Make a nice mince of veggies like that. So that cooks down. And after it's cooked down, it looks like this. See how nice and beautiful that looks? I'm going to give that a little salt, a little pepper, and some cheese. So here is some Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm going to add my leeks now to this and let that cook down as well. Very beautiful. And this is going to be our meatball. So this cooks until it's really dry and soft. All right, so we have our cheese, we have our veggies, and now we have to add the chickpeas. So in they go. You could almost call this Depression time cooking because so many ingredients that you used here were really inexpensive. All right, now we got to give this a little bit of moisture. So now we need eggs. I've got 3 eggs for this and 1 egg to go in here. Now you may find that your mixture is dry depending on how big your eggs are, and I can tell that's a really tiny egg. So you may need to add more moisture. You could always add a little bit of water to this if you wanted to. So you mix this all up. Then you want to start forming those meatballs. So you take about that much, you see? Just like that. Make it rather compact. See, I'll do a few more for you. So about that size. These are actually called polpettine in Italian. So there's 3 or 2, and here's 3. And you have a couple eggs ready. This is almost like doing a breaded chicken cutlet. So 2 eggs. I'm going to turn this down now because I think you get the idea on that. So you whisk those up. And now you simply do your little dump and you bread them. And I made some earlier for you before you came over, so we're going to add some to this tray. So you simply take them, you dip them in the egg, you dip them in the flour, evenly coating them, and you put them on your tray. All right, you can do this part ahead of time. If you want to do this for company, do this part ahead of time. Put them in the refrigerator uncovered because the breadcrumbs will adhere better. They'll dry in the refrigerator. Because now we have to get some oil ready. And for this, you want to fry in a sunflower seed oil, canola oil. You really don't want to use olive oil for this. It's just too heavy for deep frying. So in a pot here, I've got some hot oil. You want that at 375 degrees. So you take your little polpettine over to the oil, and I'm just going to test this because I didn't have my thermometer today to make sure it's where I want it. It's almost there. And I do this very carefully. Either use a spider or I use a slotted spoon, and I don't dump them in. I put them on my spoon, like that, see? And then I put them in the oil. So I know exactly where they are, and I watch them. You want them to be nicely browned, but you don't want them to be deep brown so that they're hard and inedible. And these are best eaten warm, just like this, or sometimes they were served just with tomato sauce, and they're delicious, and as I say, really inexpensive to do. So that's what you want. Don't they look pretty? And after you get them like that, you want to put them on some absorbent paper and let them drain off. I'm going to turn that off. So that's how you do the polpettine di ceci.